What's up, everybody? I'm Greg, and this is Christine, and we love a show on ABC called Nashville. Christine, how much do we love Nashville?
So much.
So much that we are so stupid we'll spend a day off making YouTube prediction videos about Nashville Season 2. That's what we're doing.
I could be playing Guild Wars right now.
I could be playing a game I can't talk about and other things as well, and making other YouTube videos. Though, let's talk about a specific relationship, make some specific Season 2 predictions. We're talking Deacon and Maddie. Of course, Season 1, it was one of the few long-running threads in this show, Christine. Mm-hmm. Nashville moves very quickly.
It does.
Somebody's going to get married, then all of a sudden they're annulled the next episode. Somebody's doing this, they're a drug addict, then they're running for Congress the next day.
They've got a lot going on.
A lot going on. But Maddie, of course, the bespectacled daughter of Teddy and Raina there. Turned out, though, early on we found out that, Maddie probably wasn't Teddy's, and then it was confirmed later on that, it was Deacon's. And then at the very end, Maddie kind of blows the whistle on the whole gosh darn production.
Again, with the silver crate in the closet.
The silver crate that she knew just to go to.
She was like...
Her mom was like, I don't want to talk to you about anything serious right now. Me and your dad are going through some things. She's like, okay, and then she just went to the silver crate. Which, like,
I hoped it would have been full of scarves. It's in your closet. Like, why is there a box full of important documents in your closet?
Where do you keep your important documents?
Safe.
Bullshit. You don't own a safe. I live with you.
I don't, but my dad does.
Okay, well, so you mail... anyways.
He's got all that kind of stuff. Okay. All my paternity tests.
Okay, well, they
they couldn't figure out who my dad was.
Oh, man. Forever on the internet.
Yes.
I could get that she understood that maybe... there seemed like we missed it. They could deleted a scene. Where earlier they talked about it somewhere about this silver crate being important, and that's how she needed to go there. We're getting it. Whatever. What do we care?
Off track.
There's a million other things going on in the show that make no sense. We're hung up on the silver crate.
Walks over to Deacon's house and is like, I think you're my dad. And then...
Cut away.
Scene.
That was it. That's all we get out of that. And that was like this moment I really wanted to see investigated and see how they'd all react together. And we don't get that at all.
No, we just get an angry, drunk Deacon.
Exactly. Deacon goes back down his spiral of destruction.
Maddie handles it way better than Deacon, I have to say.
Yeah. I mean, especially having everything shattered. Well, she handled it awkwardly, too, though. Remember? Because she was like, you're not even my dad then. And then she...
But I want to live with you.
I don't want to live with Mom. I want to go live with Teddy. And I was like, what's going on?
She's a confused teenage girl.
But she understood that, it was Raina's fault. And I know I in a previous video, or maybe in a future video, they all go up at once. It just depends on when you watch them.
Sure.
We talked about the fact that I keep throwing Raina under the bus for this decision. I understand where she was coming from.
It was both of their decisions, though. It was Teddy and
Raina. It was a weird thing to do. But for season 2, then, what do we want to see? We've already talked about the fact that we think Deacon will get out of this drugs and the alcohol pretty quick. Mm-hmm. He'll be back to being old, singing, fun Deacon that we all love so much.
Yes, and you had mentioned, though, that you don't want to see Deacon go back to rehab, but just remember that Juliet's mom already went through rehab on the show, and it was like an episode.
Sure. Still, I don't want to see it.
A couple episodes. I know.
I mean, I don't...
Maybe he can just go to, quick boot camp.
It seems like he'll go... here's the interesting thing, I guess, is that, and you and I, believe it or not addiction specialists.
Oh.
So when his sponsor, came over, Coleman, of course, and was watching through everything. You don't like Coleman?
He's the worst.
What do you like about Coleman?
He's the biggest jerk and manipulator on the show.
The biggest jerk on this show.
Jerk. Juliet's the biggest jerk, but he's one of the biggest
bitch, the Nashies. Thanks for watching, everybody. Coleman's awesome. I like Coleman fine. I think it was interesting.
No.
It was interesting that
Coleman's
it turned out at the very beginning, Coleman was the one who said that he told Raina to keep Maddie's.
Coleman's doing some shifty business, and I don't like it one bit.
Yeah, but he still seems like a nice guy.
No,
he got out of the mayor's office when Teddy was mean bad too.
Although he's got some scheme going on now where he's going to try and
swoop back in,
screw everybody, and then become mayor again.
Well, that's Nashville, the cutthroat world of Nashville politics.
And he's telling Raina one thing, and then he's telling Deacon another thing, and
he told Deacon to stay away. Told Raina to do this to make sure Deacon stays away.
And that it was awful.
Yeah,
he's a rude
it was
guy.
a bad idea. It was a bad idea. Anyways, he's a good sponsor, it seems. But his sponsor, Deacon's sponsor, Coleman, said that blah blah blah, and he's gonna go get his new member chip or whatever. Like he was gonna go to AA. It seemed like you might need to go right to rehab. You might not need to go to. If you just fall off the wagon, you might not need to go to rehab. Is what I'm saying.
Correct. You typically, I think what they were insinuating on the show is that he would just start going back to meetings, and then hopefully that does it, and then if not, I would assume rehab would be step 2.
No, there's steps in there somewhere.
No, there's lots of steps.
That's one of the big things about it.
Right,
so
anyway,
Maddie and Deacon.
We haven't talked about Maddie at all. Okay.
Well, I mean, so I hope she'll have a bigger role in this show, right, in season 2. I really like Lennon and Maisie. I talk about them all the time.
Yes,
there's a link to their YouTube. Go to their YouTube stuff. They're
really
excellent. They're excellent singers. They're getting older. I thought, and this is the other thing too. for being YouTube sensations that then got put onto this show and stuff to be like these singers. I thought they acted really well.
Yeah,
and I mean, I'm sure they've been taking classes and doing whatever their whole lives and getting ready to be big stars. They were really good, so I hope to see more of them. I think it's pretty clear that they are going to end up being musical acts in the show.
Yes, I'm hoping for a father-daughter song.
Yes. Oh my gosh. On
Deacon
season 2.
and Maddie.
Oh yes.
Make it happen.
And so that's what I want to see, right? Is I want to see some quality bonding time, Deacon and Maddie style, just down there with their guitars picking away.
And I want Deacon and Maddie and then Teddy to all find some sort of common ground, so that it's not going to be like a fist fight every time Thanksgiving rolls around.
And see, this is something I've said from the beginning too, is that I like Teddy. And I feel for Teddy a lot in this show, and especially in the Maddie relationship, that he didn't want... I understand that he raised this daughter, he committed to this family, he didn't want that to be ripped away from him. But I think Maddie's smart enough, she already showed that, she wanted to go stay with him, and called him dad still, that there's more to it than just, whose sperm you are, right? There's like a father, there's a dad thing there already. So I would really love to see at some point Deacon and Teddy kind of bury the hatchet, but I know that's going to be super hard. Because honestly, it's Raina that's playing them. It's Raina that's playing them against each other, right?
Not on purpose, but
sure, not on purpose. Yeah. No, just in the game of love.
She's the friction between them.
Exactly. Well, they want some other friction.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, though,
literally,
you figure Teddy did the right thing by raising the kid when Deacon was a wreck. Deacon should do the right thing by being a good dad now and like singing with her and teaching her how to come up in the industry and stuff like that. It seems like they're on the same page. It's just that the weird thing of being in love with the same woman and
then of course Teddy not having that trust anymore of, was this your whole plan, Raina? Like that sort of thing. Have you been wanting to get with him the whole time? But
even that, I think the fact that they both rebounded so quickly. Teddy immediately getting on top of Peggy.
He was the first one, yeah.
Sure, but both of them both Raina and Teddy had kept their urges under control.
Yes.
They didn't cheat. They tried to make the marriage work.
At the very
but it was already over, right? That was when it was already declared over, I thought.
He slept with her, and then he went to the hotel and was like, I'd like a divorce.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I thought that was when they touched hands at the house, and then he's like, no, I believe you.
No, they touched hands at the house, and then it cut to them in bed together. And then he was like, okay. Sure.
Oh, you're right. This is wrong, he said, or something when it happened. And then he went and did it. And then he went and did it.
Call it quits.
Now, at that point, though, as a woman, are you offended? If I was about to break up with you, our relationship had gone down the tubes, we both had already been on the ropes about this, and we're talking about the fact that, this isn't working out, and we're going to try and do all these things. And we tried all these things, and they didn't work. And it was pretty much like a foregone conclusion, I'm going to end this later.
Yeah, it's still stinks.
There's still
That's still like, you don't have enough respect for me to break it off first, and then go off with someone else.
Sure, that's a good point. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when the die is about to be cast, though. But I guess there is that whole thing that she could have shown up and she could have said she was pregnant, or she recants everything that's happened and she's so sorry and blah blah.
Yeah, and that would have made it super awkward.
Yeah, that would have been real awkward. Put that one in your hat, Nashville guys, for when Gunnar cheats on Scarlett or whatever.
Oh God, no!
How did we get this far off track about it? We're talking about Maddie and Deacon.
Sorry. Well, maybe just because there's not a lot to talk about with Maddie and Deacon. We just hope that they have a good relationship
and have an awesome song.
They sing some songs.
They need to write some awesome songs together. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it'll happen?
I do.
I do too.
I really do.
I think they'll be good together. And then I like what's happening. Maybe
that'll win Best Song next year on the Nashies.
Well, yeah. Make sure you watch. Maybe Deacon can come on then and be their lead guitarist. Because I imagine what's gonna happen is the daughters get signed to Raina's label, because we already know that skeezy record guy who runs the record company, but he's like such a dick. Yeah, sure.
No, Bucky's the manager.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I don't remember the guy.
Anyways, Marshall. You're good at names, man. Yeah. God, I drink too much. But you imagine that he's going to make sure this happens and they get on and they're great. Yeah. So Lennon and Maisie go huge and become a big deal.
Well, they wouldn't be called Lennon and Maisie, but yes.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm not. It's Daphne.
It'd be fun if they're like, what band name should we have? Lennon and Maisie. That would be kind of hilarious.
They should just let them keep their names. Give the kids a break. Let them come up in the industry. Get them a chance.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. But, all right, so
anyways,
that prediction's kind of in bed, but it was kind of a snake's pit, too. Every show, every Nashville Season 2 prediction, we have Christine reach into the random wild card prediction bag. One bag has people's names in it. One bag has verbs. So we know.
Has things.
The gods of Nashville decide what will happen. They make a prediction. We see if it comes true. So Christine, reach in and grab a person.
I'm grabbing a person.
She's doing it.
Scarlett.
Oh, Scarlett.
What's going to happen to Scarlett?
All right, and then I don't think they don't really seem to shake when I shake it. All right, and then what's going to happen to Scarlett? Wild card prediction. We'll see if the gods make it true on Nashville this season. Season 2, I guess. This fall, 2013.
She's gonna quit music, everybody.
Scarlett is gonna quit music. Wow, there you go. That is a breaking wild card.
Arguably one of the best singers gonna quit music.
Well, I don't put it. I mean, she's not literally gonna quit music, but like for 3 shows, she'll be like, I'm hanging it up.
Just to be with you.
This is tearing Gunnar and I's relationship apart, or I'm pregnant, or this, that, or the other.
God, she better not be pregnant.
We'll make sure we see. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your Nashville Season 2 predictions? Make sure you let us know in the comments. Make sure you leave a video response doing the same thing at your kitchen table with your comic books behind you, talking about a show on ABC that you should download. The link is in the description. Then make sure you share it with your friends so every Nashville-loving person can be part of our conversation. Until next time.
Beyond. What tagline? Oh, right, you're stealing your podcast.
It's not stealing, it's cross-promoting.